is what is the difference between impulse eating and binge eating? Ooh, I like that. Okay. So first off, binge eating is an actual eating disorder. I think that's really important to mention, right? So it's actually in the DSM-5, and it's actually been classified a disorder. So we want to make sure that we're always being really respectful of the fact that just like anorexia, bulimia, this is an actual eating disorder. And so for those of you who are really struggling with binge eating, you know I've always said that the most important thing is for you to get your binge eating under control. It's more important than weight loss, because ultimately most of the weight issues you're struggling with are probably coming from your binge eating. Impulse eating is a great one to talk about. Impulse eating is not an eating disorder. It literally is you choose, so you kind of know, okay, this is what I'm planning on eating for today, or this is what I intend to eat for today. And impulse eating is, oh, somebody brought donuts into work. You pick one up, you pop it in your mouth, you're like, wait a minute. I didn't even think about eating this donut. I'm eating this donut. It wasn't part of my plan. It wasn't something I was thinking about doing. I'm just eating it, right? I'm not checking in with myself. I'm not thinking it through. I had my whole day planned out. I had all my food packed and ready to go. And I had the certain goal of hitting a certain calorie target. And now I'm eating this food, right? And it just is when you are eating without awareness, you're not being mindful, you're not really pre-thinking what you're doing, you're just almost reacting to food being there. And I hear this time and time again from my clients. As a matter of fact, I just had a call with somebody yesterday from Australia. She was explaining to me she had gotten, somebody brought a tray of something around at this party she was at. She said she didn't even realize she had taken something off the tray and she was eating it. It's an impulse. It's like when you might just, really quick react to something. You don't really think it through, it just happens. What occurs though is impulse eating normally can lead to binge eating, or it can lead to grazing, or it can lead to many other things. Once we have that impulse eat, we then might say, ooh, that tasted really good. And you just keep eating and eating and eating. And then it becomes grazing, right? So impulse eating leads to grazing. Impulse eating can go like this as far as binge eating goes. Oh my goodness, I haven't eaten enough in a while. And I tasted whatever that was, and now I'm completely all in. I'm eating, I can't stop. I'm in that place where I've lost control of myself. This is usually something you will see with somebody who's been on a very restrictive diet. They've tasted something good, they've been without for a long time, their calories have been super low, and now they are eating very feverishly and they can't stop themselves and they feel a very big lack of control. But it really started with that impulse food, which was probably being driven by their brain because they've been eating so little. So impulse eating can definitely lead to binge eating. I've seen that happen time and time again. Or the other way that it can play into binge eating is I impulsively ate a cookie. Now I feel horrible about myself. I realize, okay, I ate a 100-calorie cookie, went over what I had planned for today, messed today up. So you know what? Screw today, I'm gonna keep eating and I'm gonna binge the rest of the day and eat whatever I want and just kind of go overboard because I have the all or nothing black and white thinking going on. That's another way impulse eating can hurt us, because what it is we were so meticulous. We had the day laid out, and now we did something impulsively, which messes that up. It's kind of like you had painted this beautiful picture and someone comes by and makes a little line on your paper. Instead of just working with the line, we're now just going to go and kind of go crazy and paint all this different stuff that we hadn't anticipated. We end up with a big mess, right? So impulse eating can very much lead down that road of binge eating. So I've seen impulse eating lead to grazing and binge eating behaviors, but truly what it is it's just you're eating something without thinking about it, just because you probably always have, or that's how you've been dealing with stress, but you're not pre-thinking your decision before you do it.